What? Just as exciting as the new set. Roll the intro.
All the way from Tokyo, Japan to Toronto, here's another episode of Blunders.
Hi guys! In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the new set, Return of the Duelist, and how great it is, what to look out for, more or less what this set is used for and why is it important, and to understand that it is the first set of the newest season of
5Ds. No. Zexal? No, Yu-Gi-Oh!
This is the 8th series of grouping of Yu-Gi-Oh! So basically you have to look at it as this is their market time. It's this set from this set is this period to sell product to us. And this is the start of a new period.
Nobody likes a period.
Unless they debut some great stuff.
Possibly great stuff, depending on what else they debut later.
Yes. So in this set, we get to feast our eyes on the new
ban list.
Madolche archetype. And I don't know if that's how you say it. I apologize if it's wrong, but they're cute, adorable little monsters revolving around baked goods of sorts. And they are not that good yet. And they have 2 or 3 cards that do cool stuff. But other than that, they are not competitive yet, in my opinion.
Ultimately, what they do is when they are destroyed, they go back to the deck instead of the graveyard.
Which in turn, you abuse because you don't have monsters in the graveyard, so you can play Guardian Yatos!
Really, the only cool one that currently exists is a level 4 monster.
And he's 1400. Well, she's 1400.
And when she's destroyed, she goes back to the deck.
And when she's normal summoned, you can add a Madolche to your hand.
Herself.
That's pretty cool. So you have a 3-card gadget combo forever.
Forever. As
Almost.
long as she's destroyed and sent to the grave.
Exactly.
And then it goes back. So technically it'd be stopped by Macrocosmos. But...
And it's all morning. But whatever. Who's counting?
Whoa. The next archetype, brand new archetype, is Heroics. It comes with all the previous heroes that existed in real time. Spartans and all that kind of stuff. Pretty much they're warriors and they do cool stuff and double attacks and attack for game.
Sounds entertaining, Dan. This is another one where the name is quite challenging, and it's the Chrono Mali archetype, which pretending to revolve around time, yet they have no relevance to time, but they have it in their name. That's cool. The majority of them are rock type monsters. They abuse rank 3 exceeds as it would appear. They only have access to 1 rank 3 at this point in time of their own archetype, and he's not that good. And the cards themselves, there's about 2 that are competitive, but on a grand scale, not going to do enough yet. We need more support.
The next one, of course, supports the brand new structure deck that is going to come out. Also comes in the structure deck that's going to come out. But anyway, Atlanteans are coming out, have cards that will get more Atlanteans out onto the field and push for game. Water monster, shenanigans. We all know about Sebstitoad. Same kind of not at all.
The next one is the Gear Gangia, and yeah, we don't care, that's how we're gonna say it. Tough bananas. They are weird. They gave us a teaser a few sets back with the level 3 you contribute to get back level 4 lower machines from the graveyard, negating their effects. Fantastic, right? But now they give us a Lone Fire Blossom and a few other cards, and in Japan, they are tier 1. They win. They do their job. The Ultimate Offering plus these guys, broken as crap. Cool. So, be prepared to face a lot of machine decks again like it used to be years ago.
You may need to plus on the XYZing as the main purpose of this. So, maybe rank 4 and rank 3 exceeds. Shockmasters, anybody? Other really good cards, Geminite Pearls, so on and so forth. Might be a good investment. The last archetype of merit, of course, is Prophecies. Prophecies work with the spellbooks. The spellbooks aren't very good right now. Unless they've come out with some really, really good spellbooks, I doubt that this actual archetype will see any play other than in a spellcaster formatted deck. However, being that Dark Magician is the only powerful one, can't really do much with it.
And now for your viewing enjoyment, we're going to highlight a few cards that we found in the set that are pretty amazing in our opinion.
That are just singles and don't really fit an archetype. They just seem cool. The first one that we want to cover is a Exceed monster, number 91, Thunder Spark Dragon. It is a rank 4 Exceed monster that takes 3 level 4 monsters. Dragon type, 2400 attack. What's most important is you can detach all 3 cards from this card to Dark Hole the field, but keep the 2400 on the field. Now, that's always good in gadgets when you go Ultimate Offering, play my 3 gadgets, overlay, kill your side of the field, then continue Ultimate Offering, Ultimate Offering, Ultimate Offering.
Rock Stun gets 2 new cards in this set that aren't actually horrible. So we have a field spell card called Catapult Zone. Its effect is once per turn, if a monster you control would be destroyed by battle, you can send 1 rock type monster from your deck to the graveyard instead. That's pretty cool because it doesn't just protect your rock monsters, it protects any monster you control by then filling your graveyard with rock monsters. But why ever would you ever want rock monsters in your graveyard? Well, they give us this second card called Block Golem. 1000 attack, 1500 defense, level 3 rock earth type monster. If the only monsters in your graveyard are earth monsters, you contribute this face-up card to target 2 of them that are level 4 or lower rock type. Special summon those targets. This turn, those monsters cannot activate their effects. Oh darn. I get 2 Koki Miru monsters, both 1900 attack, whose effects I'm not worried about on my turn. I swing for 3800 and then I pass to you, and now I can negate either your monster effects, your trap cards, or your spell cards. That's a fair card, everyone.
The next card that we want to talk about is Doggy, and it makes Exodia fantastic. If you control a level 1 face-up monster, you can add 1 level 1 from your deck to your hand. Now, if you don't summon that level 1, you take 2 grand. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a Mystic Piper on the field, you're going to play Doggy, you're going to get an Exodia piece to your hand, you add an Exodia piece from the deck to your hand. If you don't summon that Exodia piece, you know what happens. You take 2 grand. You tribute off that Mystic Piper, hopefully getting you more Exodia pieces, maybe something else, maybe some Upstart Goblin shenanigans. Hopefully benefiting you overall. Now, the cool thing about this, you can also play it with this card called Hope for Escape. Now what happens is, you pay 1000 life points. For every 2000 difference between your life points and your opponent's, after playing Upstart Goblins, that kind of thing, probably a lot, you get to draw 1 card. So probably plussing you a whole bunch more. Can anyone say Exodia power? You may also use Doggy with 1 Day of Peace. Now 1 Day of Peace says you and your opponent get to draw a card. Neither player takes damage for the next 2 turns. Doggy inflicts 2000 damage to you if you don't summon this card, so nullifying the effect.
That's shenanigans.
Doggy? The next card or set or card or spell card? Generation Force. Now they've been doing this over and over again. I don't understand why you make a card that is the title of a previous set that has nothing to do with the previous set, sort of. Now this Generation Force allows you, when you control an XYZ monster, to search for a card with XYZ in the name. Now of course you're going to search for XYZ Reborn possibly, then allows you to set it when that XYZ monster that you originally had on the field is destroyed. You can then play XYZ Reborn, bringing it back, putting another thing underneath, and just right up in there.
The next card that you already have prior to this set coming out is Heroic Champion Excalibur, who's in the tin that gets released in like a few days. So there you go, go rare that up for some reason. He's a rank 4 with 2000 attack and 2000 defense, and he requires 2 level 4 warriors, and once per turn you can detach both materials to double his original attack to 4 grand. It stays like that until the end of your opponent's turn. So there you go, you have a 4 grand beatstick who's a jerk.
Now over to Slifer for the weather. Oh my goodness, that is a good point, Slifer. Speaking of Final Countdown, our next card is Attack in a Vulnerability. Ultimately what this card does is Wabaku. Another Wabaku to stop your opponent from killing you for another turn. So we have 3 Wabakus, 3 Threatening Roars, 3 Frozen Souls, 3 something else, 3 something else, 1 Day of Pieces, all that kind of stuff, ultimately totaling up to about 18 cards where you can completely stop your opponent from killing you by battle. That's not on the ban list.
The next card that we're going to be talking about is called End Phase Mystical Space Typhoon Counter.
I don't think that's what it's called.
You're right, it's Silver Sentinel. However, what it is a level 4 warrior monster with 1500 attack and 1300 defense that you can set face down in your spell and trap card zone.
It's a monster.
Which is cool. Now, if he is destroyed while face down in your spell and trap card zone, well, during the end phase, he'll magically come back on the field. So, we just +1'd off an end phase MST. Plus, he has a second effect that when he is special summoned this way, destroy a card your opponent controls. Well, that was a bad end phase MST, wasn't it? Yes, it was, folks. So, will this drastically change the format? Perhaps, because if people start teching this, that's going to be rather annoying. And you can't just willy-nilly MST anything anymore, especially on the end phase when you thought you were safe.
Not anymore.
I'm going to play 3. Are you?
So, the purpose of this video, the moral of the story, this set is meh. So, most importantly, and this, true moral.
Don't make those binder blunders.